Williamsburg, I don't think you can really think about Williamsburg at the moment without thinking Derek Weisskopf, the Iowa commit. He's a heck of an athlete, state champion high jumper, all state basketball player, all stater from a year ago, does a little bit of everything. Um, Sounds like they're going to expand his role a little bit. He's been kind of a defensive back and wide receiver. Sounds like they're moving him down to tight end for some packages and at times, and then moving him to linebacker instead of kind of a safety role. In linebackers where he projects at the University of Iowa too. So I think Hawkeye fans will be really interested to kind of get a look at him. And what I thought was really interesting with all these athletic skills and talents he has, right? The one thing Kurt Ritchie said that he thinks will make him really successful as a Hawkeye is the fact that he does have this team first mentality, that he's a competitor. He wants to go out there. It doesn't matter if you have him under center. It doesn't matter if you have him wide, you know, lined up wide, or if you bring him in tight and have him as a kind of a sixth blocker there on the line. He'll do it all. It doesn't matter. It's kind of one of those yes, coach kind of players. We need you to go do this. All right. Yes, coach, that's fine. And that does translate especially to the system at Iowa City. So
That, I don't, Phil, does he remind you a bigger version maybe of a Josie Jewell that way?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
He's
know,
at 6'3",
taller, you know,
210.
yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
adds those intangibles, do anything for the team. Great team
That's a
guy.
really I think that's a really good comparison when you talk about that and that competitive nature.
Yeah, humble. We all knew Josie was always very humble and still is apparently. But
Mm-hmm.
what Kurt Ritchie, I mean, he's like, oh, we're moving up to 3A, so let's go play West Branch first week, Xavier second week. What the heck, I love that. I mean, but that's always been the philosophy there is schedule tough games before you head into your district because it's only going to make you better. And the schedule again is non-district is incredibly tough for Williamsburg.
Yep. And they're thrown into a pretty tough district too, with
Yeah,
Solon being in there. And uh so that's what, yeah, like you said, it's only going to make them better. And we've seen them have like a, I think it was 1-3 record the one year.
yeah,
And they end up, then they steamrolled through their district and ended up being a semifinalist. So yeah, they're not they don't shy away from anything, and they certainly have a great attitude because they turn that into uh, a positive kind of going forward. You learn from those uh, games as well. One other thing too that they have that not a lot of schools have. One, they have this brand new weight facility, so be interesting to see how that may have affected things. More of a state of the art facility. I believe their strength and conditioning coach is Mickey Hines. You remember him? He was
Mount
a
Vernon.
standout from Mount Vernon. Played at Cornell.
Yes,
Unfortunately, extremely athletic. Unfortunately, he had some knee injuries that ended up really kind of limiting his college career. But he was, when it comes to athleticism, uh, you know, he was always impressive. I think he's uh, helping with the strength and conditioning there, um, and coaching. But they also have an former NFL lineman now on staff. Austin Blythe is retired from the NFL. He's back home. Think sounded like he was maybe a little hesitant about getting into full time coaching, but now he's settled in. He likes it. That's only going to help
awesome.
uh, Williamsburg. And it's funny. Speaking of Weisskopf being down at tight end, he's been working with Blythe about blocking and stuff like that, and trying to soak in. He said he's soaking in, him and the rest of the linemen are trying to soak in everything that Austin's been trying to teach them. Um, but once they started doing that, Kurt Ritchie said Austin kept trying to get his mitts on Derek and keep him down there as another blocker, and wanting to get his hands on him a little bit more. And he's like, hey, we got other things for him to do too. So kind of interesting on that dynamic. But that's only gonna help Williamsburg. And I've got to give a shout out to Grant Eckenrod as well. Eck, their longtime defensive coordinator, one of the most fiery, passionate guys. Also, the head wrestling coach at Williamsburg. He is not part of the staff anymore. Kind of enjoying his family a little bit in the fall. So he's going to be kind of a spectator this fall. It'll be a different role, but for many years, Grant was the defensive coordinator there for a very aggressive and talented Williamsburg team and or teams, and there'll be a changing of the guard there for Williamsburg defense, but I assume it's going to be pretty much the same there.